so our presentation won't be as funny as this one. It won't be as joking. Will be a bit boring, I'm sorry. So, for introduction, sources of inspirations,
Can you bring the microphone?
okay, sorry. They are listed here, you can read them and we will try to explain about it. The main source of inspiration is...
Guys, can you have your attention? Your team. Come please, can you come?
I'm trying to inspire you here. Please cooperate.
They are too inspiring.
Value team, can we have you here? Quality of life. Come please, come front.
May I have your attention, please? Okay. So our sources of inspiration is mainly migration. We want to prevent that. And I believe that Dr. Beheji and his team, his main goal is to prevent this. And that's why he came from Bahrain to here. Probably he has never visited this country and he came only because of that. And we should appreciate that. Also, most of us, we are young people and we are not able to start our families because of poor economic situations, and that's not a good thing. That's why we want to migrate to somewhere, to let's say Germany or something. And we want also to prevent that. That's our source of inspiration. And the rest of those, my colleagues will try to explain.
What personally inspires me are many negative ways and things like migration. Why would we leave our country? We have so much beautiful things in our country, and many young people are leaving because we don't have anything. We have like nature, and we don't know how to use it. Young people are not able to start their own families because of poor standards. And if they start their own families, they don't have enough money to feed them, to educate them, and so on. And positive things are success stories from people from other countries, like businessmen or so on.
Also, being part of a successful stories and like groups that accomplish their own business, and also one of the main sources of inspiration are poor quality of life for youth and for all people in the country because of our financial status and because of lower education, and that's why lots of younger people migrate.
And I would like you to tell us about your husband story now at this point.
Okay, I will say that, but just I want to say about why we put migration at the first place. Because many people died for this country, many people fought for its freedom, we didn't have our chance. And today, people are leaving this country, so did we lose in vain so many people? So that's the question we have to ask ourselves every time we decide to go. Okay. And now about my husband, okay, I didn't expect this, but I will say.
I'm a surprised man, by the way.
He's like a young entrepreneurship, but his story is not so pretty, okay? In so many ways I've learned that it's very difficult to be a young person and start your own business. When he started it, the government started one call giving funding for young people to start their own business. When they started, government suddenly decided they won't give as much money as they said at the beginning, so this was the first obstacle. Okay, so he continued, then there are so many obstacles in a way that when you sell your products, people who have shops, they make so many different demands. You know, they say, okay, I want this percentage of your earning if you want to sell. So it sometimes comes out that you give them more than you earn. Okay, then they have like problems with how can I say, taxes, because the government requires so many taxes to be paid, even though you don't have that much earnings, but they still want that to be paid. Then again, for example, if just a few nights ago he was working because he's making bread, homemade bread, so at night he was working, and suddenly the electricity was out, you know, and that is not the first time, it happened so many times before. He had to throw away all the entire, what they made, the entire shift, because they couldn't bake the bread. So, you know, that's something that is, no one knows. They said, like, just try the business, but then when you start, there are so many obstacles. So I think...
Example also of not getting from the suppliers the bags.
Yes, okay, so that's the same. Again, you cannot rely on other companies because, for example, he puts his bread into a special bag with special label on. He wanted it to look like modern and nice, you know, and he was ordering it from one company who said, like, okay, we will make it. He ordered it when he was, like, he still had those left, so he ordered it before he ran out. But when, in a time, when they said that they will deliver, they did not deliver. Then he called them the day before, and they said, like, oh yes, tomorrow we will deliver it. And then when he called again, oh, we didn't make it, we couldn't make it, and so on. So he had to wait 10 days for that, and he couldn't sell so much of it that he needed. So it's always something, and I really know sometimes he doesn't spend the night sleeping. He just sits and thinks about, how can I make tomorrow? What will I do? Okay? Or okay.
I'll tell you one thing, Janina, about your story, which is, when I heard it was also emotional for me, is that he's now going for the council. He's running for the council. He wants to change things. This is a source of inspiration. Inspiration, ladies and gentlemen, does not come unless we are challenged. Because of these challenges, and because he's persistent, he's finding now a new way of, and this might be a new way of result, or a new way of changing things around. And most of the people who came, and they are now a legacy, they came from this path. The same path now, as if you are describing Mandela's path, Gandhi's path, but in different way. Okay? So anyway, we give him applause for that, and to continue. Behind every great man or great woman, there is a person. Okay, so remember this.
Very good.
Yes. Okay, so now we go for the next team.